Hello again, this is Tara from Tara's Traveling Paints. I am going to do a varnish technique using Sargent acrylic gloss pouring medium and varnish. Now I watched a few different videos and I chose to go with how pouring your heart out does it. And I'm going to go ahead and get started and show you. So I have a cup. There is one thing that she does. She tilts, or in the video that I saw, she tilted. I'm going to use a foam brush. So I'm mixing it up, a couple of different ideas. And let me make sure I have water. So I'm going to pour some in here. Now this painting is beautiful, but there's a lot of I guess you could say negative space. It's very matte in some places. So what I did to prepare the paintings is I used some baby wipes. And then I dried them off with a paper towel, and then I walked away for a while to make sure that they are done. So I'm going to do my first thin coat, show you how this is done. And I'm a little excited. So I've got 3 different paintings here that I want to varnish today. At least one coat. And pour some water in here. She said just a little bit. Just want to bring it down a little bit. Now other people go straight on the canvas with it. I just didn't feel like that was something I wanted to do. Plus the amount I have is not conducive of doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and mix it up pretty good. Nothing too crazy. Just want to make sure it's in there. Try not to mix it too hard because you don't want to have a lot of air bubbles. I will go back with a torch over it. So here she goes. So I'm going to push it out to the edges. Bring it down. Make sure I get to the edges. And you want to protect your paints, especially if you're going to sell them or give them as gifts, because you want it to last as long as possible. And I will be experimenting with some epoxy as well. But looking at what I saw today, I'm like, betcha, I can do this pretty good with that medium that I already have right now. I use a spray. So far, I've used a spray. Oh, my stomach is talking to me. Don't know why. Just ate. So, make sure the sides are covered as well. And you'll have some drippage. You can pick that up and use it. And this painting I think is so beautiful, but it just lacked luster. So I'm like, yeah, that should be one I actually do. So you just want it to be fully covered. This will self-level. And you don't want it to be too thick, because apparently it can crack. So I'm just going light. And I want to use a torch. I'm not looking to cook it, I just want to get any air bubbles out. because there are quite a few. I'm going to go ahead and move this one over and start on this one. Oh, maybe I'll go for the other square. That's a 14 by 14. This looks like a 12 by 12. Over. And I hope you can see that pretty good. If I need more, I can make more. It's pretty simple. I will need more for the other one for sure. Working it to the edge. Now, my video editor can't find a way to splice two videos together. So I'm a little upset about that, but I guess I gotta just learn. Could be a pro feature because I am using just a free version. Because I know I've done that before. Used to be able to do it right on YouTube. Used to be able to edit right on YouTube. I'm really excited to see how the colors really sing when this dries. Just make sure there's no air bubbles. It's a pretty thin coat, so it shouldn't be too bad. So hopefully between now and then, I will figure out how to do this. Splice the films. So, here we go. We got another one. I'm going to go ahead and put a little more pouring medium in here. I'm wondering, should I try this one straight on? I'm kind of running out. I don't want to. So, no, I'm not going to. Won't need much. And I do want to give those guys a second coat, so. I think that's pretty sweet. Hope you can see it all. I didn't come back over to double check. This one, because I have some more on it, I'm going to tilt Now, I was told not to worry too much about silicone with this particular kind, but I am feeling like I'm seeing some silicone issues. So I'm not sure about that. So if this painting is ruined, which it won't be because I'll be able to sand it, I would have to go back and clean it with alcohol. If I was doing epoxy, I would have to clean it with alcohol. Because I don't know if you can see those little spots right there, you know? It doesn't look like I have a lot of silicone in this painting just based on the finish of it, but I feel like that's what that is popping up. It's not going on that spot. I'll show you one other thing I learned, and then I'm going to teach myself how to put together either pictures or other videos to show after a second coat the finished product on all of them. Now it does look a little milky, and that's fine. But just like when I do paintings, I always kind of stop the flow on the bottom. Just kind of get her to stop. I'm going to do that to all of them. Make sure there's no flowing. I'm going to hit them all with the torch again. Now, what I'm hoping for is a super shiny finish after 2 coats. I don't want to do more than 2 coats, only because I only have enough probably to do 1 more coat. But I wanted to give you guys an idea, because I usually use, I'll show you what I usually use. And it doesn't, I do maybe 1 or 2 coats. I don't go crazy with it, because it smells. But I do spray enamel, normally on my paints. Now, this is something that I should have probably, the green one had been spray enameled 2 coats already. So I'm hoping that doesn't mean that we're in trouble. I just know that I really want to see it. So stay tuned for part 2. It should be coming right after. Don't go away, and we'll do a second coat and show you the final results. Right, here we are for part 2. I've let it go a little bit more than an hour. I did touch it. They are not super tacky. Ready for the second coat. So I'm going to go ahead and do the second coat. Then after that, I'm probably going to paint a little because I did get my pouring medium and they sent me, the jar was broken. So I've had to pour some into a cup. It's upside down right now. I want to make enough for all of them. Oh, don't use it all. Okay. I am running out of some supplies, guys. I'm not too thrilled about that. Let's go ahead. And I did learn in between how to connect the 2 videos to make one video for you. That is pretty good. I'll wait until tomorrow to take the final picture of these guys. And even though I had some issues in the beginning, I don't see any issues now. So the colors are getting super vibrant, and I'm really excited about that. So go ahead and I'm just going to put on all of them, guys. I know you can't see all the paintings at once, but I will move them around so you can check it out. All right, I made enough. So let me go ahead and push it out. I'll do it the same method I did the first time. I'm going to get up to the edges using my sponge brush. And so you can wait 24 hours, a couple of days, a week in between coats, but you want to wait at least an hour just so that it's not tacky to touch, okay? But you can certainly, you are free to wait longer if you like, okay? It will not hurt it. Going too fast will hurt it, so don't go too fast. At least an hour, like I said. And I'm not working too slow, and I'm not overworking. Don't want to do that. I do want to make sure I get it all covered, even the sides. And it is a little cloudy. Well, that's fine. It's going to clear up. I just got to figure out if I do another painting, where are these going to go? Because they got to dry. But I'm just super inspired today. That's all. So you when you're an artist, you go with your inspiration because you're going to have days where you don't feel nothing. You don't want to do nothing. Kind of like being a writer. So you want to take advantage of your high times and go with it. If you have the opportunity to. I mean, I know that even when I had a job, I would paint in the morning sometimes before work because I just felt it. And that's a good thing. So whenever you've got the time, the materials, and the motivation, get to work. Because you're going to make beautiful art. Sometimes you can paint just to get out of a funk, like I did yesterday. I couldn't figure out what was going on, and I was like, oh God, it's because I want to paint. And baby's like, no, why don't you? And I'm like, oh yeah, I just have to move one thing. Ay, ay, ay. Sometimes I find myself funny. This will self-level, so you don't have to be absolutely perfect. You just want to make sure you do get all those edges. If you were using straight varnish and no water in it, you would just, right from the bottle, right onto the canvas with a sponge, okay? You can do it that way. I just did not want to. And a good thing I didn't, because I'm almost out. And that would have caused a problem. I wouldn't have been able to do 3 paintings with 2 coats. So, they're coated. Now I'm going to put some fire on them. I'm going to bring it down, show you the wet result, and then when they're dry, tomorrow, I will take a picture and add it, or a short video, and add it to the end of this video so you see them all. Sound like a plan, guys? You want to make sure you get the air bubbles out if you can. Try not to cook it, but you do need to use your torch. Just a little. Feeling groovy. So let me get them set up better so that I can make room to paint. I'm going to paint 11 by 14 next. I might do 2. I'm thinking I'll do 2. Let me get this stuff out of the way. And what I have left over here, I'm going to mix one of my paints in it because I like to use it in the paint so I don't even have to bother with a varnish coat. So let me just move these over out of the way so they can do their drying time and I can play. I just made a rhyme just in time, and I know it because my feet show it, because they're long, fellow. I am being silly. I could probably scoop up this stuff. I probably should. See if I can scoop it and get it in here. Yeah, I'll do that. See? Wicked smart. And I use water in my pouring mediums anyway, so this being mixed with water does not hurt it. It will not stop its effect on the painting, because it just takes a tiny bit. You saw me earlier, maybe in the video, where I just squirt it a tiny bit, and it really changes the look of the way the paint dries. So let me get as much of this up as I can. I'm showing you how to save your materials and do the right thing by yourself. A lot of people think there's a lot of waste in this, and there's not. There may be a lot of paint that's left on the table, but there's so little paint in that cup that it's okay, you know? It's not crazy. So I have quite a bit of that left. That's really beautiful. You gotta love this little tool. God bless America. Now, the next paintings I want to do are going to keep practicing that Dwight Pours kind of pouring, dump and swish, he calls it. try and get some of this up because it will be sticky on my paintings. Let's just take a look and see how big these paintings are. But look, first things first. Let me take you off that, bring you down, and let you see what I got going on here. Alright, so it looks cloudy now, but it won't. This is one of my favorite paintings right here, so I just made it much more valuable by giving it that coat. And this one too, I really love. And I'm hoping I get a nice shine on it because it had a lot of matte color in it from that cheap fluorescent paint. So those are my 3 for today, and I'll be back tomorrow with the finished product. Hold on one moment. I'm going to show you guys the amazing shine that these have with just 2 thin coats of the Sargent Gloss Pouring Medium Varnish. Turn that off, see if it's better. I just figured there we go. It's just a little bit of light. And then let me turn this off. Should have probably put the other light on, but of course I'm working with my left hand. That doesn't work. Hold on a second, guys. That's just the glow from the window. Let me turn the light on in here. It's just absolutely beautiful. And this is one I thought I was going to have trouble with because I thought there was silicone popping up. There's no trouble. It is beautiful. Now let me show you the next one. I'll go ahead and take this down and put it back where it lived. Look at that. Jesus. There it is. All right, next one. I'm just going to lean it down here and turn the light on. Let's see here. You can see this shine. Not too crazy, but not certainly not flat like it was. It's beautiful. Okay, and this one had a lot of flatness in it right here. Let's see if we can catch a shot. Yes, it's no longer flat there. So it helps with the dimensions because there's some iridescence in here. Looks like I did a pretty good job. Yeah, I'm happy with it. Excuse me. This is going to greatly increase the value of your paintings because of the longevity they'll have. And I highly recommend this. I know that epoxy is very expensive. This is not. Considering how much you use, even if you just do like a little bit of water like I did, I do see some streaks in it, but I'm not really too worried about that. I'm just not. It doesn't take away from the painting when you're looking at it on a wall. You see what I'm saying? It just doesn't. So this one doesn't have any streaks. I'm not quite sure why, but you know, maybe I went in a little too soon on this one. I don't know, but it doesn't take away from the painting. This one is a redo, so there might be things that from underneath, but yeah, I think it's absolutely beautiful, and I'm so excited about using this medium on my finished paintings that are being sold. This way people know that they're going to buy a painting, it's going to last them, and you can touch it, you can feel it, and it really is a fabulous thing. So I highly recommend. This is the stuff I used. Sargent acrylic gloss pouring medium and varnish. There are others out there. You could also get Liquitex gloss varnish, and it should do the same thing, if not more better. I haven't tried it yet, but I've seen a lot of different people do it, and so that's what's up. Let me just show you. This guy's going to be insane when I varnish that, and so is that one. I might do that today. And some paintings, like your Ready Pours, at least Artist Law, already come that way. It just, once it dries, it's drying that way. So that is an expensive product though, so you want to be careful. It is raining galore out here. But the countertop is going to be done in epoxy because we're going to use it, you know, as a countertop, like as our table. These guys I'm going to want to shine up. So I'm going to have to get more of that because I do not have enough to do all 4 of those. These came out pretty nice. So that was yesterday's work. And I'm pretty happy with the results. So I'm going to go ahead and put these back up on the wall. And if any of them are of interest to you, if you're looking to purchase art, just reach out to me at Tyler's Traveling Paints on Facebook. And if you're a painter yourself and you just want to learn how to take care of your paintings, because maybe you're going to sell them or give them away as gifts, I think watching this entire video would be very good for you. So I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I hope you have a very beautiful day, and I'll see you on the other side. Bye.